Upside down, boy, you turned me. Hi guys, welcome to my platform. This is going to be a message for the collective. Collective, my messages are timeless, so when you see them is when you're meant to hear them. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Also, please don't forget to hit the post notification bell so you can get alerts when my videos are posted. If you're new to my platform, welcome. Please hit that subscription button. It would totally mean the world to me. Whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. Surely He will save you from the fowler's snare and from the deadly pestilence. He will cover you with His feathers, and under His wings you will find refuge. His faithfulness will be your shield and rapport. You will not fear the terror of the night, nor the arrow that flies by the day, nor the pestilence that stalks in the darkness, nor the plague that destroys at midday. 1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come near you. You will only observe with your eyes and see the punishment of the wicked. If you say to the Lord is my refuge, if you say, the Lord is my refuge, and you make the Most High your dwelling, no harm will overtake you. No disaster will come near you, nor your tent. For he will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways. They will lift you up in their hands, so they will not strike your foot, so that you will not strike your foot against a stone. You will tread on the lion and the cobra. You will trample the great lion and the serpent. Because he loves me, says the Lord, I will rescue him. I will protect him, for he acknowledges my name. He will call on me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him with long life. I will satisfy him and show my salvation. That is Psalms 91, just so y'all know. And also, hey, Mr. Steele, how you doing today? All right, so let's see, we got Al-Fatiha here. In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, most merciful. All praise for Allah, Lord of all worlds, the most compassionate, most merciful, master of the day of judgment. You alone we worship, you alone. You alone we worship you, and you alone we ask for help. Guide us along the straight path, the path of those you bless, not those you were displeased with or those who are astray. That's the Al-Fatiha, Surah Al-Fatiha that is in the Quran. I don't think I have to say to y'all again that Allah means God. So you can put it's God in Arabic, okay? So God in Spanish says something, a different word. God in Vietnamese is a different word. So we have to be mindful. There are other languages on earth, but I don't want to get into that because I think we already talked about that enough this week. Caitlin, hi, welcome. Thank you for being here. All right, let me pull y'all up over here just so I can see y'all. But we gonna go to over here. All right, so today, let's see, Earth School message. A lesson for the collective. Today we pause to listen to ourselves, to each other, and to the planet that sustains us. The world is not just what you see outside your window. It is a living, breathing system that mirrors the state of your mind, your heart, your actions. No matter the weather, the season, or your location, the same principles apply today. Awareness, responsibility, and a conscious choice. A conscious choice that we all make, okay? So we are now I'm going to go to affirmations because, we want to give y'all great affirmations. Mr. Steele said, of course, out of respect, I don't just do pop-up visits at anyone's house. Huh? Why you say that? Of course, you know, out of respect, I don't do pop-up visits at anyone's house. Why you say that, Mr. Steele? All right, so let's go to when was you supposed to? I mean, I'm confused. Let's do the affirmations. Give me a second. I embrace the magic and intuition of my journey. I embrace the magic and intuition of my journey. I release the past and welcome new beginnings with joy. My heart is open and my spirit is free. My heart is open and my spirit is free. I trust the flow of life and my inner guidance. I am a radiant light shining my truth fearlessly. Dreams and inspiration flow effortlessly to me. I celebrate my life, my growth, and my unique path. I am aligned with abundance, love, and spiritual wisdom. Each day, I step closer to my highest self. I honor the sacred rhythm of my mind, body, and soul. Because otherwise I would have come. Well, you know it's Ramadan, and so because I actually was meaning to call you, but I had to figure out what I was going to do because of the fact that Ramadan this year they said was on the 17th, but then it started being a little conflicting, you know, here and there. Because the thing is, my birthday is also today, which, you know, we're not supposed to be celebrating things of that nature, but also in the process, I'm turning 50 today. So with that being said, I have to celebrate me and all the things that, you know, I'm going through, and I'll talk to God about it. So what I was wanting to do, I respect your privacy and individual enough to contact you first if I can. Well, like I said, I'm telling you right now, it's Ramadan. So yesterday I was trying to figure out what I really wanted to do, because what I was going to say was I was going to put together, you know, something, and I was inviting you, right? And then up until yesterday, it was a contemplation in my brain, because I was saying, depending upon what day and this, that, and the third, because I wanted to do it today. Oh, I apologize. I forgot about the holiday. Yes. So anyway, I'll probably call you when I get off. Well, actually, I'm not allowed to do that. So I'm gonna tell you right now. So ended up, what happened was, you know, we're not supposed to be corresponding and things of that nature with people. Although me and you was just friends and everything else, so ain't nothing anyway that matters, because that'd be for, like, you know, other stuff. Anyway, so yesterday, then my son was talking to me and everybody, because I was thinking that we have to eat late and some other stuff, right? Either way, by the time we get done, I'll tell you what's supposed to happen. So that's the thing. Ramadan is what actually kind of is in my head and everything else. So that's what that is. Ramadan Mubarak. I think I said that right. Plus, Ana Ata Alium. I'm still learning Arabic, so I'm still, the one phrase for some reason keeps tripping me up, although I've been learning a couple different phrases. So anyway, we're going to get into today. The collective energy is calling for reflection, release, and conscious creation. So there's a subtle, mind you, right now is, we just entered into Pisces season, so celestial, you know, movements, and it's also the Chinese New Year, also Ramadan. So many different things happening all at one time surrounding us. So lots of, I want to say, magical energy. So, you know, people may not like that, but that's what I got. All right. Lots of magical energy. And mind you, today is going to be a busy day for me, because I got a lot of stuff to do, and, you know, I still got photos and things of that nature that y'all going to be seeing, but we got stuff. So it's a lot of energy happening, and I love it, and I love the feeling of it. So there's that. So today the collective energy is calling for reflection, release, and conscious creation. There's a subtle but powerful invitation to pause and notice where we've all been holding on to old patterns, beliefs, or fears that no longer serve the greater good. It's a day to step off on autopilot and reclaim personal power, remembering that the thoughts we feel as a collective shape our shared reality. All right, so this is the thing, and I've been doing it myself, but we have to remember that the collective is everything: black, white, Asian, uh whatever, African, da 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 da. So I just got into a habit of, when people say, oh, we have to worry about this and we have to, worry about that. Okay, talk to you later. Okay. Okay, so I got in the habit of, when I'm, seeing people saying, "Oh, we're not mad enough, we're not this," it's a thing, right? Because for as long as I have lived, I have been having the talk, people talking to me about, my skin tone, about people, that, the history and things of that nature. So to listen to people, I want to say actively come into awareness, but again, sometimes I think it's a conscious choice that people have made to just, not want to be involved. All right. So anyway, this too shall pass, things moving on. And so if it's a thing where we are growing as a group and collectively establishing that these things happened and it was wrong for everybody, then at some point in time it has to be let go of. And I don't mean let go of as in we forget, it's let go of as in we grow beyond it and we grow past it, knowing and understanding that we are a team. But it is the behaviors and the actions of the team that we have to question. So there's a thing where, black, brown, and all in between, red, yellow, green, whoever you are, purple, all shades coming together to collectively understand that, together we stand, divided we fall, right? And whether whatever part of the spectrum you fall in, because there's people on this side of the spectrum, all they wish is for things to go back to normal. There is no normal. It's the new normal. It's a new day, a new time. And the energy that I've been feeling today, it feels like springtime outside, right? And not for nothing, there's people who are still dealing with, snow and winter weather and things of this nature. There's people who's dealing with, all our environments are all different. There's people in other areas of the map that are dealing with, the stuff that's outside and, floating around and things of that nature. No matter where we are, right? It's still rising above, because we are not our circumstances. All right. So, key things for the collective today: awareness. Observe your reactions, your assumptions, and the stories that you tell yourself. Because not for nothing, I have to speak on this beautiful woman that came along. I told y'all a story yesterday where I told y'all about the lady that was doing, she's in North Carolina, and she said she wanted to do slumber parties with the ladies and, all this other stuff. She has all this acreage in this land. And I told you that I was going to go in there and I was going to put, was it acceptable for, brown people to come, right? But somebody had already beat me to the punch. Welcome, Abby Grace. I love you. Thank you for being here. Welcome to our light filled family. Hit the like button, spread love, and engage. Tap, 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 and tap. Thank you. Period. Y'all tap away. And so then I told y'all about the African lady that came on, and the African lady said, well, she wished we get over it. But meanwhile, I told y'all back at band camp, they're part of the problem too, because, they really don't like us. They want all the stuff that we have. They want to claim some stuff, but technically they don't like us either. Either way, long story short, the white lady came and she actually said, of course, it's for everybody. This lady, like, she radiates a great energy, great spirit. And she literally said that she learns, like, it's a melting pot. She asked for everybody to come, right? And she said, I'm in North Carolina, this, that, and the third. That's the energy that we riding with right now. That's the energy that we rocking with. That's the energy of the collective. We know what happened. Not everybody did it. Not everybody helped. Not everybody is, on that wavelength. There's a lot of people that are trying to elevate above and beyond. Not that we're trying to forget, but that we're trying to build in a way that is, this person says only Jesus, the living water, can satisfy the thirsty soul. So can you elaborate on that, Paul? Because I love when y'all come in here and y'all start doing stuff like that, because, I feel like it starts off as a trolling energy, but if we're going to move into the collective energy that I'm talking about, I'm gonna have to start asking people to clarify, because I'm not going to just jump to any type of conclusion. Because if you're saying, however you're using it, if you're talking about collective, God is love, then that's one thing. Depending upon where you are and who you are, even in your book, the one that you're referring to, Jesus says that he's not God. He says he's not that. Don't give him that. So if you didn't read that part, then I need you to go back and read it. But God is love. And if you love people, or if you are in that energy, then please come in that energy, because that's the energy that we riding with. I literally said that. All right, because we ain't got time for nothing else. You gonna get on the love train, you gonna get on the happiness, you gonna get on the elevated energy, you gonna get on the awareness, or you gonna just have to get kicked off the bus, because we ain't gonna do nothing to you. We gonna leave you to God. And then, because everybody wants to be where they are. And so if you want to be in the side where you just now get into the part where you're understanding that, together we stand, divided we fall, then that's great. If you get into the part of the awareness that we all have to do something. February, hi, welcome, thank you for being here. Because everybody is learning at different paces. Everybody is on different wavelengths, different frequencies. So I'm not going to assume what you meant or how you meant it. All right, but we gonna grow together. If that's what you like, if that's not what you want, then I know how to eject you, from the system. At least this one, because this the program. And we not taking or settling for anything less, because we don't have to. God is on our side. That's it. That's all. All right. So, and I love it here. And if you don't, I don't know what to tell you. Either way, awareness, observe your reactions, like that one, assumptions, and the stories that you tell yourself. That was right in the midst of a thing. I said I'm not just going to assume what this person meant, because I don't have to. Hey, Cash, love you. Thank you for being here. All right, release. Let go of judgment, grudges, and limiting beliefs that cloud clarity. Why? Because we don't need that. We are imperfect perfections. We may not do everything right. We may aim to be the best we can, but imperfect perfections. Only God can judge. And just because you're not doing something that somebody else is doing, what you judging them for? You may actually learn something. Because when one thing exists, so does the other. I told y'all that in the process of do unto others as you would have them do unto you, my initial thought was, when they do something, get them. Whatever they did, slide them. Do it 10 times worse. And then God told me one morning, I woke up because I literally said something in my brain, and God checked me real quick. All of a sudden, these messages and stuff start flowing through. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. The flip side of that is, you can't do this because you would be the same as them. Sometimes we have to lead with grace. We want grace, but then we don't know how to give grace. So the flip side of that is not just, doing that, but also being the example, leading by example. And sometimes that may be hard, and I ain't gonna lie to you, because in my mind, I'll be thinking sometimes, like, people learn, spare the rod, spoil the child. I beat you. I did what I did because you needed to know that. I said what I said because I can't just have you out here just being, the word I want to use starts with an S. I gotta find a better word, because I want to say stupid, but that's not the word that I should be using. Only because as we learn and as we grow, right? Sometimes, and I just had this conversation with my son this morning. Again, everybody learn at different levels and different paces. So something that you think somebody should know, they may not. You may be the thing, the lesson that comes along to teach this person. You don't have to hold a grudge for that. And a lot of times people don't even realize, like, if I free my soul and I'm not holding, grudges with you on something, it's for me. It's not for you. I can walk away and let something go. And literally, same conversation. My dad called me this morning to, tell me happy birthday. And we got into something, saying something, a story or whatever. And he said what he said, because my dad don't like when people do stuff to me. So I happened to mention something. My dad said, yup. And I still ain't over that, because of the fact that, and I told my dad, I said, to me, like, I know why my dad want to, because it's my dad, and my dad don't ever want to see me hurt. But I also don't want to see my dad get into anything that he shouldn't get into, because he's holding a grudge because somebody did something to his daughter. And I'm saying, Dad, you don't have to worry about it. Like, I'm growing, I'm healing, in a great way. And whether or not, it's fast enough or it looks like it's supposed to look, but you know how parents are. Parents want to make sure that they can, kind of take away the pain, or they want to make sure that, they're going to put them hands on you. Mind you, I just told y'all I'm 50. My dad is 70, about to be 70. So still, it don't go away. A father feels how a father feels, all right? And period. Happy birthday, February. So I kicked it off for you. We got alignment here. Focus on integrity, compassion, and intentional actions. Thank you. So the thing is this. If I'm going to lead by example and I'm going to show a person how it's done, when a person comes over and they start, bow beating, and they start doing all of these extra things, that God once upon a time came to me and said, are you okay? Because in my mind, I'm saying, God, you want me to be the example of the person that is doing, all the good things, turning the other cheek, because that's there too. But meanwhile, these people keep coming over here and they keep doing stuff that, why you ain't killed them yet? Like literally, that's what I said to God. And not for nothing, that may be harsh, but to me, it kept being, they doing this, they doing this, they doing this. Every time I turn the other cheek, they slap the other one. So, like literally spinning my head and my neck around. And God, please get them. And then as God started to work on me in my heart, God would say, are you okay? Like, did you lose anything from that? Like, I know they did that to you, right? But is everything okay with you? Are you still whole? Did it damage you in any form or fashion? After I thought about it, it was no. I'm still okay. I'm more than okay. I'm still, yeah, I get it. It's a nuisance, but me being the person that I am, and I said a lot of people running around here saying that they are this, they're a healer, they're chosen, they're this, they're that. Many are called, but the chosen are few. So a lot of people will be called and they'll think that they're chosen, but meanwhile, they won't even do the job that God set forth for them. Why? Because they're afraid. They'll say, I don't know how. Or they'll say, I can't do this. If God called you and you are actually chosen, everything that you need is already set there before you. Everything that you need. There's not going to be nothing that if you don't look around, sometimes we have to be very creative. And that's the thing. A lot of us don't know that we are very abundant in ways that it could be worse. So even in the midst of this too shall pass, but you have to be the example, even when you're under attack. And I know that's hard, but we do it anyway because we're built for this. So connections here, seek understanding and empathy. Small acts ripple outward. So I showed y'all yesterday that there was a person that it's a guy, he does like teaching of food, the way to eat, right, to heal your body from the inside out. So people saying that they're healers, meanwhile they run around here mean, nasty, and angry, doing all the weirdest things to people, right? And sometimes I'm gonna just say this. Hey Mir, love you, thank you for being here. I'm gonna just say this because, oh, and thank you, decorum, right? Because that was a word that kept coming across my pathway. You have to have some decorum. And when we looked up the word decorum was basically the proper actions for that moment in time. So I'm not going to not say that there are times when, the fisticuffs have to, be drawn and things of that nature, because there are times even for that. But it's when, certain things are just whatever they are. Where I'm at right here. Let's see. What is up with this? Let me see. That's not it. All right, let's go here. What I'm doing. All right, y'all give me a minute. I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure out what happened to... All right, I can't find it. So that has to happen. But anyway, so back to the guy for the connection. So he does like teaching yourself to heal yourself from the inside out. So if you're a healer, you should be able to heal yourself. Yes, we all go through some things. Yes, people be trying it. Yes, we can feel however we want to feel. But a high elevated energy, a high elevation of our energy, you have to stay, above the BS, right? And so healing yourself from the inside out, he teaches about juicing and foods and this, that, and the third. And so he happened to be saying something on one of the things. I ended up going over there because somebody posted, and I said, I wish I could be around people like that. I want to be around people like that. He's talking about the juicing, the fasting, the he was talking about astral projecting and things of that nature. I wasn't too big on the astral projecting and all this other stuff because, that's a whole nother side note. But what he also said was that they did a 48 hour mushroom, whatever journey, right? And not for nothing, it's one of the things that I wish to do. Also, it is I forgot what the other one is called, ayahuasca journey, right? And so um I'm not around anybody to be able to do that. Hey Kevin, love you, thank you for being here. I see it. I want to do that, but that is a journey that I want to do, and I want to take with people that are special to me, people that I can trust, people that will watch and make sure, like, if anything happens, they know, like I can hear their voice and I know that, I'm coming up out of that thing, right? Not to say anything's going to happen, but even if it's a wonderful, wonderful trip, an amazing trip, I want it to be with somebody, right? The people that I feel like I want to be around. So not for nothing, right now, them comment sections is that there's 900, I think the last time I checked, my comment got 973 likes on it, where a lot of people are just coming in there, and this is on somebody else's page. They're coming in there and they're saying, the whole projecting thing, not into, that sounds like projecting on others. That is. But there's another thing too that also happens, and so people, I don't know, they could do what they want. To me, that wasn't the biggest part. It was the other parts, like the juicing and fasting, being around people who eat like that on a daily basis, being around people who live that life, because it's hard when you are alone and you're doing this, and then it's hard to be around anybody who don't do the same things you do. It's like if I decided I want to smoke, and nobody, the person that I'm with, don't, like, I'm not, it's not the same. Like, so there's times when you want to do certain things, and if your partner, your loved one, the people that you're around, it's not the same energy. So it's now people looking at you like, I got it. It's people looking at you like, you're weird, you're strange. No, I may not do these things on a daily basis, but there are some things that I want to do in life. Like, I ain't lame. I like having fun. I like the adventure of life. This is Earth School, because we're talking about Earth School. This is the adventure. Thank you, son. I love you. This is the adventure. This is the lesson. We are here to learn. So don't look at me strange if I'm here to learn, and meanwhile, it has to be a reciprocal energy. We may not be, doing this all the time. We may not be doing that all the time. But when I decide, hey, I want to go to, this is the journey I want to take, and I want to do this with you, I don't want nobody looking at me crazy like, well, why do you want to do that? That's a da-da-da-da. So anyway, I said I wish I, could be around people like that. I want to be able to do stuff like that. So then a whole lot of people came in and they want to give like all their opinions, but none of them, like a lot of them caught what I was meaning. Like the people, the collective energy, that thing. A couple other people came in with a whole bunch of, off the wall. Yeah, y'all the people that I don't like. Like, that's what I'm saying right there. The people who got me. They made comments that said they got me. They understood. Because if I'm over here trying to be juicing every day and it's chicken coming through the door, I have to have some self-restraint. But why do I have to have self-restraint if chicken ain't gonna come through the door with a group of people that ain't eating chicken? Like, certain things are just not going to come through the door with people who are not doing that. So if I want to do that, I want to put myself in, around those areas and this, that, and the third. But, we may eat chicken once a week or once a month or something. Not to say that anything is bad about it. It's just that the lifestyle that I wish to have at this moment in time is this. And so when the person said that, like, they did this journey and, it was amazing, it was this, like, I want to have that. It's part of my earth school journey. I should be able to have that, even if it's just one time in life. And why wouldn't I want to have it with special people that are special to me? Anyway, we release what no longer serves and step into a conscious creation together, because it should be that. Like, there are things that I said online every day, and I'm talking to y'all, but I'm learning stuff because it just drops in my spirit and it comes across my screen, and now I'm in here learning this, and then I talk to y'all about it, and somebody may say something, or somebody may know or understand something else. Hey, Robert. Learning is like turtle, slow and steady. It is. And that's the other thing. Because, some people may want to rush you a whole lot faster than you're willing to go. And then that's also where boundaries are. And boundaries are important for that. Because, just because you want to do something don't mean I want to do it either. Like, people did a whole lot of stuff that I definitely don't want to do. Like, you don't have to tell me not to smoke crack. Why? It's not in my system. I don't want to do that. Now, if you talk about let's go eat an edible dinner, I'm gonna be all on board. I'm here for the show. Somebody gonna say, well, why would you want to do that? Why would you not? I can't wait till I can do it. You see what I'm saying? I don't want a person saying, but those are the things that I want to do. And I don't want nobody to have to change for me either. Because just because I want to do something don't mean you have to want to do it. But we are definitely not compatible, because I'm going to be wanting to do some stuff and then you're going to be saying, whatever you're saying. Like, I don't need that in my life. That's negativity. I don't need that type of negativity around me. That's crazy. So, period. He said, right. So we have new beginnings happening. Just like buds sprouting, opportunities for fresh starts are emerging. And y'all, sometimes you can be with a person and everything can be, perfectly great. And then y'all outgrow each other because your journey goes this way, their journey goes that way. Like, I don't want to have to be mad at you, argue with you, fight you because of the fact that your journey is going this way, my journey is going this way, and we can see it. We're already clashing in ways that are not, it's negative energy. It's not conducive to our growth. And so also I want to be around people that understand, like, this is the end of our journey. Like, I love you, but I'm just not in love with you. Because sometimes when everything feels great, we be mistaken, like, love, the love that I have for you, we be mistaking it for in love. And then you looking at a person upside their head sideways. I don't want that. Like, honestly, like I told y'all about an example the other day when a man, some people was going crazy over me saying how I was all this and all that. Mind you, I didn't know nothing about it. This person brought it to me, right? Oh, she's this, that, and the third, da 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 da. The man that was trying to crack on me ends up telling me that he ended up telling them that, well, she's not all that. Well, why the hell are you, astaghfirullah. Well, why are you talking to me? Like, at the end of the day going in, and if you don't think I'm all that, then you shouldn't want to be nowhere near me, because at the end of the day, I'm going to think the person that I'm with is definitely all that. And some. Because that's the way it should be. But a lot of times here it's just the convenience. Oh, she may look like she's going to take good care of me. And people know when your energy's good, because I told you, I done walked in a jewelry store and the man behind the counter said, oh, you got good energy. I want some. I don't even know you. I need to have something of yours, because what I was taking in there to give them, they didn't want that. They wanted it, but they wanted it at a lower price. And I'm saying, no, thank you. And then he says, I need to have something of yours. So people definitely be energy harvesting on a whole nother level and telling you right in your face. Okay. So I seen something yesterday, and this was, it was Farrakhan. And I think it was him. Anyway, he was saying that he told Fantasia's husband that she deserves an angel, right? And the man told him, she is an angel to me. And he said, I know, you need to be an angel to her. I laughed. Everybody in the audience laughed too, right? Because it was being recorded. So the funny part is that probably went over his head. Like, we know that she's a giver to you, but what he said was, you need to be an angel for her. Now, not for nothing, it's been a whole lot of backlash and a lot of people talking about family stuff and this, that, and the third, because the dad is the reason why people got pointed to that reel that, the guy was talking about. And long story short, everybody was basically talking about how, of course, it's Fantasia. Like, Fantasia has a beautiful spirit. Like, you can recognize it. So, of course, an energy would gravitate towards her. She's very giving, very loving. Everybody says it. But they saw something in this man that was gimme, 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 and I don't know them. But the fact that another man came out of there, and the man who the man is of that stature gave you the keys, the insight to let you know that, yeah, I know she's an angel to you, but you need to be an angel to her. She deserves one. And then he proceeded to say that how men treat their women, and I don't want to make it about a men women thing, because women be treating men crazy too. So, but he said that they don't treat the women right. They start to mess with their gifts, like all types of stuff. And for a man to be able to see that and say that, I just felt like the dad was out of pocket. I mean, maybe, but mind you, there was somebody else that had already noticed it. So maybe the dad seen something that, we didn't see, because he got privy to see some stuff. And this is the thing. Again, because my dad called me this morning, like I said, to tell me happy birthday. My dad is still harboring, something is in his heart. So, and this is the thing. I can tell you where it all went wrong. So, my dad never seen me cry, especially when it comes to somebody hurting, because they'll tell you real quick, she mean. They say that, right? It's fight with me, right? So, I told y'all, I ended up calling my dad and saying something to him and telling him, what a person did to me, and I cried. And mind you, even in the process, because I heard my dad, I heard his voice change. The hurt that was in my dad, the anger that was in my dad. I told you, I hung up. I hung up because I didn't mean like I was just crying. Because, I was definitely hurt. And so I hang up because I heard my dad. I heard his voice change. Like, I kid y'all not, no more than, it wasn't a half an hour to 20 minutes later, my uncle called me. And my uncle said, do you know what you just did to your dad? And I told him, I said, like, I didn't know that it was going to have that effect on him. I didn't even know that the situation had that effect on me for me to even break down and cry like that. But the thing is, I heard my dad. And my dad ain't never heard me cry like that over nobody or over no situations or nothing. And my dad, like, it was bad. Even still to this day. Mind you, this was over, I want to say 4 or 5 years ago when this happened, when this story happened. And my dad is still saying, like, yo, that shit ain't over. Astaghfirullah, it's not over in his spirit, because of the fact that, so dads are like girls' first love. You know what I'm saying? Can you imagine being a dad and you see somebody not treating your daughter right? So, yeah, it's a thing. Like, people forget. Like, I love my kids, right? And I done told y'all this story before. I love my kids. But when those grandchildren came, it's a whole nother type of love. So, we don't know how he feels for his daughter. And plus, you have to remember that his daughter is who she is, and people are predatory. Like, they literally are always trying, like, even I told you, Farrakhan said it. So even he noticed that there was something that this man, and I ain't got nothing to do with it. I'm just saying that it's a thing, because I literally heard it this morning still. Okay, so new beginnings, just like bud sprouting, opportunities for fresh starts are emerging. Releasing of the old. It's like letting go of winter. Like, when winter is leaving and then spring comes in, winter stillness represents reflection. Feeling springtime signals it's time to shed what's outdated. That could be the feeling that's happening like all throughout the world, because we already noticed they're trying to take us back. Meanwhile, all of us, our future's in front of us. We're trying to see the world in new, beautiful ways, right? But mind you, they got this little ugly stigma that they want to, this stain that's on the world. But meanwhile, some people don't want to let it go. This is also the thing. The truth is the truth. This happened, this happened, this happened. This did not happen, right? And even though we can see right in our faces time changing, the seasons changing. I don't know why I want to sing seasons change. People change. I'll sacrifice tomorrow just to have you here today. So it could be about an old passed over loved one. I don't want to say old, a passed over loved one, passed over person. Messages, right, that are coming. But do y'all remember? And for some reason, because I'm gonna say my grandmother's passed away, so it could be that. When the grandmoms or when the elders used to say to us, this is the end of days. This is the end of times. And even at the end of times in Revelations, it talks about how you won't know the seasons, this season from that season, right? And so in order for us to know what time we're on, we pay attention to the signs, we pay attention to the signals, we pay attention to, the energy. Right now, it is feeling like springtime around me. Meanwhile, it's people in places that have mounds of, snow, this, that, and a third. Like, so it's different things happening. But during the end of days, it says you won't be able to know one season from the next, right? And so the elders have always been trying to tell us. So even throughout this time, and everybody has a grandmom, they've been saying that for forever and a day. They've been saying that forever and a day. And even now, people are saying it. And it seems like we're closer than we've ever been, right? To whatever this is. But also we have to remember that when endings come, so does new beginnings. So people want to, do all these scare tactics on everybody. And they'll say, this is the end of times. This is, things coming to an end. Yeah, for you, for y'all, but that also signals the beginning of some growth, some elevation, some change in the system for everything, no matter what they saying. So you have to also remember when people want to fearmonger, why? Because and not the people who just can't see, because there's some people that saying they're awake and they're like, oh, we can see this, but if you can only see the ending and you can't see the beginning, then I have to question what you actually really know. Because when one door closes, another one opens. When something ends, something else also begins. In the middle last night, I was in the cusp of, right? So, depending upon, where you are at the time, I was in the middle of several different transitions because I went from 49 to 50, right? But at 12 o'clock here, 49 to 50, it's a different time than where my dad is. So I went from 49 to 50 at 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on this side. Then there was another transition because I literally went from 49 to 50 at my dad's time. So, he would call me during the time, but not during the time. But depending upon your placement, which is also important, but that's like the wheel of fortune. Depending upon your placement, you could be up, you could be down, you could be sideways, you could be, wherever you are. Then not to mention, that's an hour behind. And then there's a whole nother location where I still would have been 49, and we could just use it at that. And I'm just using that number, the age thing as a thing. But put whatever it is that you think in that location, right? Because it could be like the changing of the new year, the changing of the guards. Okay. So somebody would be ahead because over here, 12 o'clock is different. In Texas, 12 o'clock is different. California, 12 o'clock is different. I think the time changes. I think Arizona also, because Texas is 1 hour, then I think Arizona's 2, right? So, and she said, yes, a whole day earlier with Miss Kelly. So technically I turned 50 yesterday for Miss Kelly. Actually, Aaron's in where Aaron at? Aaron's in, it start with an A. For some reason, Alaska's on my brain, but that is not it. Then Arizona. She's in, what's the other place? Wherever she is, I would have been 50 yesterday. So the thing is, seasons change, times change, but it's happening in Australia. She's in Australia. So the times are changing at different intervals for different people, which is also that wavelength. And sometimes you just got to ride the wave into whatever this is. Meanwhile, just so y'all know, and I'm only using this because this is the moment in time. Don't get down on yourself in your spirit, because there's people who, are age saying, and I'm gonna use Valentine's Day because it was the weirdest thing I've ever seen, right? Some people may not celebrate Valentine's Day, but some people do celebrate Valentine's Day. I don't know why I didn't know Aaron was there. Yeah, Aaron's in Australia. And she was here last night too, on TikTok. So for Valentine's Day, a lot of people, it's a day, to celebrate love. Meanwhile, how you in a relationship with somebody and you got to wait for a day to celebrate love, right? That's what I was thinking, because, if I'm with you, we celebrating love every day because I love you. I wake up with you. We woke up together, right? And so it was a lot of people saying if a person don't buy you something on Valentine's Day, then you shouldn't be with them. Now, I don't know why y'all listen to people who hold on to one day. Now, a person that loves you, a person that values you, you don't have to tell them nothing at all, period. You don't have to tell them what you eat. You don't have to tell them what you like. You don't have to tell them nothing. This person has you down because they observe you, they love you, they really want to be with you to a T. To a T. Just think about some of the friends that y'all have. Like some people that y'all done been around. Your friend knows what you drink. Your friends know, whatever you like. Water, soda, this, that, and the third. If you have a friend that pays attention to you, they're just going to do. So why would you not want to have a significant other that is mindful, that is intentional, right? All right, so the people telling people, you should break up with them, this, that, and the third, yada, yada, yada. I thought that was weird. Because why would you have to tell a person, if you're talking to them every day, why does Valentine's Day make it different? What if the person don't celebrate? They might not subscribe. This person may be intentional with you 365 days a year, and 365 days in a year. Mind you, just because they don't celebrate Valentine's Day don't mean that they never planned on being around you, texting you, calling you, checking on you. People put value on the weirdest, strangest things, right? What if a person don't have it? And if you loving a person, what if y'all are building together and they don't have it? All right, so going into me, the celebration and the changing and this, that, and the third. I was over here and I told y'all I created the most beautiful balloon thing, wall, whatever, right? Mind you, didn't have it. But I had everything that I needed, because everything that I needed, I already had my backdrop, my this, my that, and all of these things. And at first I started to get down because I started to say, you're 50 years old. Your life has been great. And now all of a sudden at 50 years old, it's a lot of stuff, 50 years in, because I ain't going to say old, 50 years in. And mind you, I said I want to live till 3,000 and something or another, 9,000 if I can. However long God want to give me, I'm willing to take it, right? But anyway, longer than most, all right? Matter of fact, I didn't even think I was going to make it past 40. I didn't think I was going to make it to 20, but mind you, here I am at 50. So I was getting ready to get down and say, well, because what I'm used to is like, trips and things of this nature. But the past couple years have not been, it's been a transition, a tower thing, because I chose to put myself in a situation. I know I did that, right? I have to be accountable for whatever downfall, whatever spiral happened, because I allowed a person in, right? All right, so now, for this many couple of years, I haven't been able to do this, but my life has been anything I've ever wanted to do, I have been able to do it, right? Up until this season. And here we are, Wheel of Fortune. Things, sometimes you up, sometimes you're down. Not a person that really likes to ask anybody for anything. God also had to, deal with me on that, because in order for you to be balanced in life, you have to learn how to give. You have to also learn how to take. I was out of balance because I was just giving too much, right? All right, so I'm sitting here and then I'm like, I can't do what I really wanted to do, but technically I didn't even know really what I wanted to do. I just know that something was get ready to change. I was born on this day 50 years ago. So 50 years, people don't even make it to 50. And so you should celebrate that. If not for nothing, you should celebrate how far you came, right? So I'm having this conversation with myself. And then I started to think, you have this, so you can put together, da-da-da-da. Y'all end up seeing a photo shoot later, so y'all be able to see. But I had it all. mind you, everything here. A lot of the blooms say grad on it. Y'all won't see that part because I fixed them the way, you know, they should be seen. But not realizing that it was so much stuff already here that had been sent during, you know, times of, you know, excitement, celebrations, parties, this, that, and a third, that if I don't celebrate me, who is? If you don't celebrate yourself, who will? Get up and get something done, right? So increased vitality. We have to remember that there's a change in the energy, and sometimes we have to just shake it off. You have to open up a window. You have to let in some different energy, some different air. You have to take yourself outside, even if it's to the front yard, okay? Hey, Katrina, love you. Thank you for being here. Okay, period. All right, gotcha. All right, so increased vitality. Your energy may feel lighter, more expansive, and ready for creative energy or spiritual work. Not for nothing, some days you might not feel like it, but on the days that you do feel like it, this is one of the things about creative people. And so sometimes we may go through a little bit of stagnation or a little procrastination, right? Because with me, I can sit here all day knowing I'm supposed to do 20 videos a day, right? You know how long it takes me once I really lock in to do 20 videos? Like I could do 10 of the freaking bring back old school R&Bs. I could do that in an hour because I'll be having a good time, right? So, you know, that's something. If I have to do like one of the some of the videos for TikTok shop, right? I can do them all easy. The thing is, mind you, I got into a little slump about the thing because ever since the new changeover with TikTok, my account has been jacked, like literally. So I'm thinking it kind of was making me a little upset because last month I got a gift a day. Now it's my birthday month. My account's messed up. They done something behind the scenes. It's not catching up in the system. None of my numbers have changed. Mind you, my numbers are better than they've ever been. But my account is messed up behind the scene. So it's not looking like it because it's not gaining me anything because of the fact that I can't get anything because of the fact that my account is messed up. So that's happening. And I'm like, don't like that. Then I started to notice, so any of y'all that's on, you know, TikTok and you trying to get paid into the creator fund, this and the third, I'm gonna also tell y'all something what a lot of people don't tell y'all. But when times like this is the time when God is actually trying to get me to show me some stuff, because just like Robert said, learning is like turtle, slow and steady, right? He's not wrong, because nothing happens as a coincidence, right? God was showing me something. So I had slowing me down. So now my account being messed up, or I'm saying it's messed up, but you know, everything is right where it's at, where it needs to be. Y'all see how pretty it is outside, but mind you, it's about to storm. But that light that just came in is phenomenal, but it's gray outside. Somehow a light just came through the little clouds and it's that. Anyway, so y'all go into these rooms and it's showing, where is it at? Y'all go into these rooms and they call them grow rooms, right? And it'd be the people in there, they singing and dancing, all this other stuff, or they basically in there telling y'all, you know, they hit the button and y'all be sending people gifts and this, that, and a third. I don't know why I didn't know Aaron was there. Oh, so the thing is, y'all sending these people gifts because y'all want to grow, right? Now, let me tell you how something that y'all don't know, that y'all are really seriously dicking yourselves behind the scenes, right? On TikTok, this is one platform that does that. On TikTok, if you grow, there's a couple different numbers that you have to hit in TikTok. So you have to have, I think it's like 10,000. But something people don't tell y'all is that you have to also go and look. You also have to have a certain amount of, it's either views or minutes or something that people watch, right? And it's pretty high. So if y'all go in here to these rooms and y'all start to grow, y'all remember when a lot of people started talking about their channels and their TikToks and things getting canceled? This the reason why. Because TikTok can tell that y'all did it through those channels, but those people are not telling you that those people still have to go and watch. They have to engage. They have to do all of these things. And so as I'm looking at it, if you go behind the scenes, it'll show you, it'll say, let me see if I can find it. It'll say, and this is just in life also. So I'm talking about TikTok, but this is also in life. If you maneuver in certain ways and you don't follow the certain rules, it could be laws of the universe, it could be laws of the land. It could be karmic laws and things of that nature that you could be, getting involved in. So take it how it resonates, right? But when you go behind the scenes and you look into creator, TikTok, because I don't want a lot of y'all want to tell y'all the truth. So let me see. Let's go to settings because I want to, like I said, tell the truth. Settings and privacy. Maybe it's there. No, let me go to TikTok Studio. I think that's where it's at. TikTok Studio. TikTok Studio. And then it'll show you where your analytics, let's see. Analytics, is it there? It's wherever you can find the when you're getting ready to go to monetization. Oh, it's right here. So monetization is right here. Let's see. And then you can go to manage notifications, create a rewards program right down there. Create a rewards program right there. All right, it's somewhere in there. I don't know because I can't find it. It's just showing me this. But anyway, there's actual levels to everything, even in life, right? So take it how it resonates. And so it'll say you got to hit this 10,000, but also the reason why they know that a lot of people didn't do it the authentic way is because if you hit the number, but mind you, your watch time don't match that, they kick everybody, they kick you out. And it's the reason why people started getting those notifications. Oh, I just lost my account, or oh, I got kicked out, or oh, I didn't get approved. You didn't get approved because you didn't match those hours to that time. People just think that they're supposed to do this, but they also know like authentic engagement. So true authenticity of you, yourself, your person, your feelings, your emotions, everything we talking about, new beginnings, releasing the old, trying to, maybe move faster than the actual, your program or your system would allow you to go because you want to jump, you want to skip between knowing this and that, or you think that nepotism, is alive and well, and just because you related to the best spiritualist around, then you think that you're qualified too. No ma'am, no ham. That's not how it go, right? So we all have to know, get in touch with your star player. I keep saying Cat Williams was right with that. So alignment with flow. The world naturally syncs with your rhythm. That's a real thing. So it's a nudge to move with the seasons rather than to resist. So this could be the season that you're in, but meanwhile, you want to be in a different season. Like, people are going through like homelessness. People are going through losing jobs. People are going through, some people ain't going through nothing. Everything's great. That's their season. But this may be your season to go through whatever this is. I done went through all them seasons like a couple times, right? Because hey, who the hell am I? The same as everybody else, right? Different, but still the same. This is Earth School. We learning, we growing. And sometimes you didn't learn this lesson good enough. You got skipped and somebody, thank you. Thank you. How you doing today? You didn't lose it. You didn't learn this lesson. Somebody may have come along, or this is the reason why people don't come along. Like you be saying, can somebody help me in this? Meanwhile, nobody shows up. It's meant to be that way. But nobody could be meant to show up because God is showing up. And God is saying, I asked you to trust me, not people, not stuff outside of you. This was your time. This was your moment. You know how people say, well, why do I wake up 3 o'clock every night? This, then, the third. People will say it's God's moment. Good, mine is good today. Mine as well. Happy birthday. Period. Hey, birthday twin. It's God's moment, right? This is what I started to learn too. So sometimes we work best at sometimes, right? So when I started waking up, because now I've been getting good sleep, right? Restful, which I actually learned something yesterday. There is, and I don't know if this is the Indian word or name for God, but it is, a deity. It's a god basically, and it's another thing about sleep, right? So the Indians, was it Indian? Somebody, or maybe Asian. Somebody, one of the cultures, so y'all can look it up for yourself. They talk, oh, it's Muslim, matter of fact, it might be them. They was talking about sleep, like if a woman is asleep, or laying down in position, this is, it might be Asian, I don't know. Y'all can look it up. Laying down in this position, she's protecting the house, right? Because that energy is rejuvenating, but it's protecting the house. So then yesterday, I happened to come across something, and it started with a Z. Okay, this person, his name is Lord Vishnu. It's a Hindu, right? Because that, for the longest time, I swear, I think I fell into the Hindu culture, because Hindus accept everybody, right? Lord Vishnu is sleeping. And as long as Lord Vishnu is sleeping, it's good luck and it's blessings. But when the world goes into turmoil and chaos, Lord Vishnu wakes up. Mind you, I'm listening to this, and it kept reminding me of when I first sat down here and I was doing my tarot channel, and I kept saying, how do we please God? Right? We build empires. The way that it was explained, or it was, in my spirit, in order for them to know we are here, we have to build empires, right? And then I started looking at, that's a fact. So Lord Vishnu and the Hindu, the people that actually have temples and things, like what they build, I'm sure definitely pleases God. Because if we are supposed to and meant to build empires, things that are sustainable, these are some of the richest people in the world. But mind you, not too many people, not that I've heard, because they have a big following, even hear anything about it. But the way they explain Lord Vishnu sounds like God. I mean, y'all could go look it up yourselves. So, there's that. But the fact of the matter is their empires, the thing that they build, their temples, their places, or I don't think they call them temples or whatever they are the biggest, some of the biggest in the world. Take it how it resonates. And then I started to go along and think, well, if theirs is the biggest, and I started to look at every other culture, and like the people that support the Bible, the Christians, they build churches. I noticed that there's always a thing with churches where defund. Then looking at the mosque. I don't know too much about the mosque, but from what I've seen about the mosque, they're very beautiful buildings and things of that nature. So literally, I started to not too much, but yesterday I found that. And that was another thing. So energetically, the collective is entering to a phase of renewal and optimism. It's like the universe saying, let go, breathe, and grow. So I asked y'all a question the other day at the end of the message. It was 2 days ago, right? I don't know how many of y'all went and answered it for yourself, but I got another question for y'all. And that question is, how do you see yourself growing? How do you see yourself growing, and how do you see yourself aligning, in the universe with God, just with your surroundings, right? Depending upon whatever is happening, because wherever you are, and like I said, people going through this, your test is your testimony. However, having an attitude of gratitude, because guess what? This too shall pass, but it could also get worse, because people, sometimes take for granted even the things that they have. Because somebody will say, being homeless is horrible, right? A horrible situation. But if you're homeless and you have a tent, that's one thing. That's a different type of homeless. If you're homeless and you have a car, that's a different type of homeless. What if you're homeless and you don't have nothing? So even in that, it's different levels of situations. You can be, have a house and, not have running water. You can have a house and not have electricity. You could have a house and you could have everything. It's different levels even still, and people will complain even about what they have in the moment, not realizing that this too shall pass. But somebody else's situation is worse. Some people would kill to be where you are at that moment in time. You don't like it, you don't appreciate it. It could be, a bad situation, or it could be a blessing to somebody else. It's like once upon a time on this page, somebody said, I was on my tarot channel, and I remember a guy saying, you don't want to be here. You don't want to be here because, this is, and they weren't talking to me, they was just saying it. You don't want to be here because they're this type of person, right? But sometimes people don't realize the very thing that somebody else may not want, or somebody else may need, or may not want, is something that somebody else needs. Because people don't realize that sometimes the energy is the thing that is healing. But then there's another aspect of that when, people are growing. Because I told you I cussed somebody out one time when he said, I saw she was going through something, so I thought we could go through something together. It was predatory, right? Like, this person ain't have nothing to be able to advance. But sometimes a person has this and this person has this, and they put it together, and then it explodes into something bigger. Or that could be the very thing that God was waiting for. So sometimes your situation is exactly what somebody else needs or somebody else is wanting. Does that make it to where, because somebody would say that's what they call that about a blessed and happy born day? Thank you. Coveting, not coveting. It is the thing that God is bringing along for, your life to change or, grow. And we have to also have discernment, because not for nothing, I could have been out of my situation a whole lot faster if I just decided to go play in some nigga's face. Because I do know how to get it done. That's not my journey. That's not my pathway. I done it before. Yup. But at this point in time, it was going to be on me and God. We was going to make it or break it together. So no matter what happens, win, lose, or draw at this moment in time, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it with me and God. That's how I felt. Hey, Melissa. And so, because everybody knows it's easy. Like, it's easy to go. And then the other part, me and my son was having a conversation yesterday, and it was about the earliest profession in life, right? We all know what that is. And so, I don't know what he was looking at, but he said, Mom, this girl is now blasting somebody on the internet because she's behind in her rent, right? And so I guess she texted the landlord something, and the landlord said, if you want to meet me, we can handle this, and you could be up a month's rent, right? So first thing I asked my son, I said, how much is that lawsuit that she would get if she turned him into court, right? He said, oh, about 10 bands. Sound like to me like she need to be scheduling a visit. Because you mean to tell me that you can live and, not for nothing, this is what I said. So y'all may not like it, but I said it, and I'm going to just be honest, and then I'm going to go along with, the rest of this. So I said, it sounded like she would be up then. Because literally, if you're behind and you can live and you can be in the comforts of your own space, I definitely would need it in writing, right? But if he with it and I'm with it, that's two consenting adults that now you ain't got to worry about being outside, right? And I'm very sure that the same person that posted that done did more for less. You see what I'm saying? Because women be doing a whole lot of stuff for free, and then they be wanting somebody else to, jump out windows and doors and stuff for them. Men too. So I ain't just talking about that, right? So anyway, I was laughing with my son about it, right? So then I said, not for nothing, people fail to realize, because as I was explaining to him, we have to remember that if I decide to get married to somebody else, know that it cost them. It wasn't free. Whether it be the land, remember we talked about my chickens and my ducks and everything else? I said that, right? So I was talking to my son. I'm telling my son, he older. All my kids older, so I be telling them stuff, right? So anyway, I said, not for nothing, people want to look upon it, frown upon it, right? But we do have to remember that we can put it in a cute term, a dowry, but it's the same thing. And I ain't going to use the term that I use because, a stuff for law. But y'all can figure it out. It's still selling something. And actually, my son said, no, Mom, actually it's pimping. Because remember, the family's got that, right? So I started laughing because of the fact that people don't understand that a lot of the things that we have already been going through, a lot of things that people, even kind of frown upon with, certain situations, there was a cute term for it before. But if you gave your your dowry prices, and a person gave you this, and yes, we are going to be in love, and yes, we are going to do, all the things, be fruitful and multiply, and not me, not now, but we're going to be fruitful, and all of these things. um what's the term they say, fair negotiation, something something or another. I mean, swap, no swim, whatever that is, right? It's been going on since the beginning of time. Like, if that's the rules and y'all want to be mad at somebody, y'all gonna have to be mad at God, because this is how this all started. There was a dowry that was given. You want to marry this person, you have to be able to afford to marry your person, because whether or not they wanted a duck, a chicken, a cow, a lamb, whatever it was, you had to pay that fee. Don't be mad at me. Melissa said bartering, period. And all the women wanted the person, like, because depending upon where people, I don't want to say soul, people married their children off for kingdoms and things of that nature. So depending upon, what status you were, let's not act like this is not new. And I told y'all, we still in the Game of Thrones, if y'all really realize it, because they still arguing over land. They still beefing about this, but everybody wants to think that this is not, whether or not it was good, bad, ugly, or indifferent, that was already happening. It's not new. Why do you think that's the oldest profession on earth? They was getting rid of them daughters to be able to, build their land. Doesn't make it right. I ain't got nothing to do with it. You're going to have to talk to God about it. I didn't initiate the whole entire thing. That's how it started. Kingdoms were built. These people was running around here, and then all of a sudden, and the consciousness said, we don't want this, that, or the third. We don't want this man. This man got concubines. This man got 6,200 wives running around here. Mind you, he was able to take care of every single one of them. And it's a lot of people running around here not being able to take care of nobody, this, that, and the third, and a lot of things being said. I ain't judging. I'm just telling y'all that this was, a whole nother time. Now, what y'all want to do? Was it better when, you didn't have a sister, wife, this, that, and the third? I like Friends. Not for nothing. I like when you can get him out of my face when he done got on my nerves. I also like when Friends. See what I'm saying? So depending upon what you like and what you do, but we have to, kind of remember, even swap, no swindle. Thank you, Katrina. They asked for this. This is what you need to do for me, and this is what I need. Don't be mad at what they say, hate the player, not the game. I don't know what to tell y'all. None of this stuff is new. Now, the amount of you should want to take care of a person that you was hoping to give a person to a person that was going to take care of them. But I mean, if I gotta go into a household and this nigga got 160,000 kids, and I'm a young person and you're not taking care of me, you force it. Now that's abuse. So, there should be some type of stipulations on some of these things. But also, some of y'all great grandmoms and y'all granddaddies, and again, I ain't saying nothing, I'm just letting y'all know that a lot of the things that it's old customs, old ways, but it goes all the way back, Do you want to change it? That's on you. Do we want to make sure that people are being treated right? Definitely. Because there's still a way to do a thing and not nobody get abused or anything else. Now, I don't condone that. I'm definitely not condoning that. I'm also not condoning, the little people having to go marry some old, 90,000-year-old. Like, don't do that. Like, let's let these people have enough time to be able to grow up and decide, for themselves, or agree that, because like I said, you can get a person to damn near do anything, anybody, to ask them what they want. Just don't do that, please and thank you. So, key themes, we got renewal and new beginnings. We got release and cleansing, letting go of what stagnant, old habits, toxic patterns, limiting beliefs, clear space for new life, new possibilities. It could become some of that stuff. It could be clearing the way for getting rid of whatever the old, but then what are you going to go into? A lot of people are going to do things and then they're going to lie. And that's the part that is, kind of sad, because the truth needs to be told at any given Sunday. I'm gonna be married to you and 10 other people. Not 10, but enough. And if you accept it, then you accept it. Are you old enough to make that decision? Are you aware enough to make that decision? Yes. Okay, go on and get. Who are we to tell you what you should or should not want to do? If a person don't want to do that, then good. They don't have to do that. They may just want to be to this person or that person or whatever it is. This job, do you want to work here? Is it going to be a good job for you to do? Yes, no, maybe so. You shouldn't have to be forced to be able, to do certain things because this is what society. However, all right, take it how it resonates. Institution, and inner guidance, intuition, inner guidance, connection and compassion, the things that align. Y'all know what? I already said a lot of times it's about, a lot of people be with people that they don't like. And I don't know why we talking about a lot of relationship shit here, because stuff a lot, I ain't in one, right? But maybe that's what people need to know, or it may be in relation to, because where you are in life and the things that you have to do, the choices that you have to make, but meanwhile you don't have to do anything. That's still a choice as well. So sometimes it's the waiting on something or doing something because you don't want to put yourself in a predicament to do or to be. It is, I'm sure some of y'all done some stuff when you were younger that you wouldn't do now. And so that may put you in a different, situation, because where something could be handled, it could all be so simple. Like, I could just decide that I'm getting ready to take a husband, which I did decide that I'm going to get married this year. So I'm going to do that, but depending upon when I decide. But that's better than what I said last year. Last year I said y'all can get somebody else to do it. All right. This year, God, I'm ready. All right. Whatever I need to do. So we release what no longer serves us and step into a conscious creation together, the collective. And maybe that might just be my safety, or however, I might need to be whatever's happening right now. So protection. But God got me. Our hearts and minds are open to renewal and growth. Yes, because guess what? I think at this point, depending upon who you are, some people chose not to be by themselves. I chose to, get myself together. Honestly, I think I'm, healing rather well. It was a long, hard road. And so with that being said, I think I could be ready. Matter of fact, I know I'm ready. But at the end of the day, I'll be ready when God say it's time. So I'm going to just say that, because many other times previously, I was saying no. Like, I just wanted to figure out me. And I feel like I'm going to be figuring out me for forever and a day, because, some days I like this, some days I don't. Some days I want to do this, some days I don't. But the fact of the matter is, am I ready to let somebody else in? Somebody that's worth being in. I'm not just willing to let, just this nigga or that nigga in just because. Nah, we not doing that. All right. So we embrace change as a natural path to evolution because it's important. And on top of that, people shouldn't just be, doing what I be doing, because I'd just be real content sitting right there. Like, again, and as of now, I might be on day 30 of streaming on, 25 or somewhere around there. I got to go back and count. I done lost count because some days it just run. But mind you, I'm still streaming on Twitch. I'm getting used to just being able to stream. And, sometimes I need to move it around this, and the third. But the fact of the matter is I think that also helped me grow in a different way. And I love that for me. So that was me stepping out of my box. So that's what I'm saying. So maybe something that pulls you out of your comfort zone. I still have to watch it, because the other day I jumped in the bed and I still have to watch it, because you have to be mindful that, you can't have your ass out on camera and this, and the third, because you're not allowed to do that. But stuff be happening. I got to figure it out, but I'm getting better at it. and things being more seen. I might be a whole lot boring because I just be literally sitting here like scrolling and doing whatever, and I'll get better at moving stuff around, but I just want the stuff to be where it's at. Or we could just take this show on the road and call it a day. Either way, compassionate understanding shapes our interactions, because this is where I was talking about the languages, getting to know other stuff, getting to understand or understand other people's cultures, religions, lifestyles. Why? Because they may have keys. And we also talked about how languages, body language, language itself, written, verbal, or pictures, actually can light up your DNA or kind of help you advance along your journey, because they're the different words or the different pronunciations or the different frequencies of different languages could be the very thing that you need to spark your chakras or to light up, your kundalini energy, whatever it is you need. New opportunities bloom as we let go of fear. And not that, because I'm using me for a reference, but not to say that I was fearful of being in another relationship, because I love, but also it was, I really didn't feel like dealing with anybody else's anything. But guess what? You deal with people. You have to deal with people on a daily basis in life, right? Or you just gonna be a shut-in. I don't want to be a shut-in. I want to experience the world. So, me not letting people come near me definitely was intentional, because people have their own intentions. Like, people will try to come in and manipulate their way, their situation, or your situation for their benefit. And who needs that? Again, equal give and take. Equal give and take. It has to be reciprocal energy. Like, these are the people, because then another person came along and he said, which was really, really good. I'm going to tell you what this man said to me. He said, I think it was a man. Excuse me. Let me see where y'all at. This person said, all right, so it's at 1,002 right now. With my comment, I want to be around people that do these things, right? So then somebody came in and he said, where you post at? Where's the person's comment at? Let's see. How do I figure out where the people commented at? Likes your comment, commented, view all. This person said, do those mushrooms look within, meditate? Do those mushrooms, well, he telling me to do the mushrooms, but I don't want to do the mushrooms because I got to be around people that, to make sure I'm going to be good. But anyway, that's what they said. Do the mushrooms, look within, meditate, the answers are there, and walk through your life and trust your gut. You will find the people that you need to find. Good luck on your journey. Which I thought was nice, right? Because I also said, like, the teachers and things of that nature that these people be talking about, I don't really too much like that. I don't like those processes, because a lot of them people, not to say all of them, but they be predatory, looking for people that don't really know much or don't think that they know much, and then they start using energy, trying to manipulate energy, and I ain't letting it happen, because don't put your hands on me, because, I'm going to be saying, God, kill him. I'm just being honest. That's what I be saying. Because why are you doing that? Why are you using your platform? Why are you using your situation to try to manipulate? And that's the way I be feeling. So, and to me, I want to do my journey and my lessons and things with somebody that I really want to be with, or some people that I really want to be around. So I thought that was, the thing. Yes, it wasn't until I got sober after 14 years that I started to wake up. I mean, it takes different stuff, different strokes for different folks. And so your journey is your journey. That's why I say people can't tell you what you can or cannot do on your journey, because nobody knows what's going to trigger your system. And so, like I'm saying, for me, it's been layering, even like the religions. Like I just was saying, I didn't subscribe, but then now I realize I want to know them all. I want to subscribe to them all, because even in a lie, there's some truth. And whether or not it's the key takeaway that, I figure it out as I'm going and as I'm learning, and this is the thing that God wanted me to compile on top of the other thing that God wanted me to compile, I have to look into them all, because of the fact that That's a part of my journey. That's a part of my pathway. Nobody else may like it. Nobody else may understand it. But guess what? I have to. Or I'm going to. Or that's just what it is. They all sitting right here anyway. So as I'm learning them, guess what? Anybody that's in alignment and connection with me, guess what I'm going to be telling y'all? All the stuff that I'll be learning. So there's that. And I will find the right people. So the person was right. I will find the right people. But at the end of the day, it's certain things that I just know my spirit is not allowed to do until I come in connection with the right folks. Because that's the way God has me, set up. So, creativity and inspiration flows freely within our communities. So the community that we get into, you know how they say, the family that you create. Yes, we're creating our own little family, and one day it'll be it may be our own little family online, but one day it's going to be real life connection. I'm gonna be able to reach out and touch some of y'all and be like, well, dang, y'all remember we just used to be online, you know what I mean, doing da 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 da, talking about da 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 da. Now we actually really living, doing the things that we all dreamed about. Like, that's the moment. I can't wait. We consciously plant seeds for a brighter future. And we should all be doing that. Like, whether or not it's your collective family, your family, period, it should all be the thing. Because why do we want a gloom and doom future? That ain't gonna help none of us. That's crazy. Light, love, and clarity guide our collective energy today. Light, love, and clarity guide our collective today. So with that being said, thank you guys for being here. Hopefully it helped. I'll be coming to y'all a little bit today because, we got outfit changes and things of that nature. And plus I got some other stuff that I need to do. If you wish to donate towards my channel, like, comment, share, subscribe. Also, you can click the link in my bio. Everybody have the day that they deserve. And if you have good energy today, live in that moment because the energy is great today. Like, I've been having good energy for the past couple of days. I woke up, I think also the fact that it's Ramadan, Lunar New Year, like so much good energy being put into the universe right now. Like, if y'all can't feel that, I don't know what to tell you. Because it's so much, like the birds. I don't know how all of a sudden it became so warm outside either, because literally it's warm over here. So a couple of good things happen, and I hope more miracles, manifest themselves into my life and into yours. And peace be upon you. All right. So love y'all. Thank y'all for being here.